Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here tonight to talk about WWE Raw. Yes, I'm actually doing a recap for once. So, yeah, let's get into it here. So, I thought it was a pretty decent show. I just don't know about the Jinder Mahal experiment, having him in the main event against Seth Rollins. I just thought it was kind of a waste of time. I thought the main event was decent because of Seth Rollins, but Raw's been kind of meh the last 2 weeks. I'm not really having any matches for the Rumble outside of the Rumble matches. Make the show, kind of feel meaningless. The Kaiser, the Imperium, New Day stuff is the only really interesting non-Rumble story to me. I'm really glad Jinder Mahal lost because this experiment failed. I hope he never gets a world title shot again. I thought it was a fine show. It's not good, not great. It's just, it was alright. But next week's looks stacked. I think social media and the whole Jinder thing hyped this match up to be something it was never going to be. It was never going to be this, 5 stars. Never going to be this 5-star classic. It was a decent match, I guess, because Seth Rollins kind of carried the whole thing. But it was a decent episode overall. I'd give it maybe like a 6 or 7 out of 10. But I'm not going to sit here and say, it was some great episode. Like, it was just an okay episode. Raw has not been that great the last 2 weeks, for me. So, yeah, now I've kind of went through a rundown my thoughts on the whole episode. Like, my thoughts on the show overall. Let's get into all what happened, so, yeah, let's fucking get into it here, so we start off with Drew McIntyre, or Cody Rhodes, excuse me. A segment to start the show, and they had Drew McIntyre come out. I thought they had really another good back and forth promo like they did with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. Another great promo with Drew McIntyre. They've been hitting with the promos. And WWE set up one hell of a struggle within the Royal Rumble. Basically, Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes, we're both going to win the Rumble. And, Cody Rhodes is going to finish his story, but Drew McIntyre said he's going to finish his story. There's just so much talent in this Rumble this year. With Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, CM Punk, Gunther, Sami Zayn. This is the most captivating the Rumble has felt in years. And Drew McIntyre has been really hitting home runs with the Raw opening segments. The Sami segment, the Jey segment, CM Punk, now Cody Rhodes. All those segments have cooked. Drew McIntyre is really fucking good on the microphone. And there's a play in more than, okay, it's just like, here's who's winning and the 29 others in the fucking Rumble. And go. It just seems like more thought is put into everything now, and it mostly makes sense is all we ask. At this moment, I think they're still guaranteeing either Punk or Cody. We'll see. I think it's still either going to be one of them two. But Triple H and Cook, man, ex-wrestlers who've been in the business that long, just have a way better understanding than people who were never in the ring or working the show. So much has been deeper and more captivating than recent memory, with the promos and stuff. And easily the best build to a Rumble match in a long time. This has been a really good build to the Rumble. A lot of stories in the Royal Rumble match. And this is how, to sell to me, the viewer, to watch the premium live event going to the WWE Royal Rumble next week. Not actually going, but going to watch on my television. Drew McIntyre's valuable points on Cody Rhodes. He needs to be himself, and same goes with Cody and his promos. The stories there. And Lashley, in the Rumble. There's going to be a lot of good stories in the Royal Rumble. Probably really captivating. So yeah, that was the opening segment. And the end that Cody Rhodes said, what happened in our last match? I beat you or something. So that was the way that ended. Really good opening segment, to begin the show. Next, we have a backstage segment with R-Truth and Damian Priest. R-Truth and with the Judgment Day continues to be one of the best things on Raw. Him selling the merchandise, the Judgment Day merchandise, making a lot of money. And he shows Priest the money. He's like, you can keep selling the merchandise. Just those aren't happy with you. So, yeah, it's been pretty funny. And then next we had Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough versus Gargano and Ciampa. I felt that DIY is getting over with their work rate, proving that if WWE applies their effort with their tag division, they could be the best in North America. Just won a match from DIY against JD McDonough and Dominic, and I think they'll win the tag titles at some point. And if they let people work, they could be the best wrestling company, not just the best movie company. DIY and Imperium and Alpha Academy are examples of just let them go in the ring. And it's about time they get their chances to shine, and they really shine in this match, and they get the win. They pinned who? JD McDonald's? JD, the fake JD. The tag division's starting to heat up, and that match was really good. Triple H can cook with that tag division. So I'm not. This wasn't on the show. They showed it a little bit later, but CM Punk called out Cody Rhodes for next week's Raw. He put on his Instagram. I think it's time you asked me what I want to talk about at American Nightmare. Cody face to face in New Orleans next week, the Raw before Royal Rumble. This could go anywhere. Cody Rhodes and CM Punk face to face. I don't know what they're gonna do, but it's definitely gonna be interesting to watch. Definitely have to tune into that. And they actually set this up really well. CM Punk has been taking subtle shots at Cody, and the atmosphere should be electric when they're face to face. And next we have Gunther returning, with Ludwig Kaiser, and Xavier Woods shows up, after Ludwig Kaiser beat the shell Kofi Kingston. Xavier Woods wants a one-on-one match, and I like the way the story's played out, because they had a match ending in DQ. Ludwig Kaiser won by disqualification. They kept brawling, beating the shell of each other, and the New Day vs. Imperium story has played out so incredibly well for both sides. It's made Ludwig and Giovanni killers again. Gunther is pleased with their work, and it's taken New Day from being fun to serious, and when they're serious, they are even better than they normally are. Will a certain guy get involved, to even the odds when it's 3-on-2, Big E? I don't know. I don't think he's even fucking cleared. He's not cleared, so I don't think it's possible. But if he does get cleared, that'd be nice to see. But I wish we could have Big E and Gunther face off. Maybe he could return. I don't know if his neck's good yet. Where he landed on him, a few years ago. Yeah. And then backstage, he attacked Xavier Woods backstage, and then Jey Uso helped, so I think that's going to set up Jey Uso and Gunther at some point, where Jey Uso takes the Intercontinental Championship from Gunther, and then Gunther moves on to the World Championship scene. Next, Bronson Reed has cuts like a little backstage promo, which is he's like, oh, there's a certain guy who's a championship I'm going to go after. Like, who? I don't know who he's talking about. Like, who knows? So, yeah, a little backstage promo there with Bronson Reed on his plans for 2024. I don't know what title he means he's going to go after. Could be the Intercontinental title at some point. I don't know. So, next, you got a video package for Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal, hyping up this match. So, yeah, there's that. Akira Tozawa versus Ivar. And Akira Tozawa actually gets the win after Maxine distracted Ivar. I mean, who wouldn't get distracted? I would get distracted looking at her. Anyways. Yeah, Akira Tozawa gets the fucking fruit roll up. 1, 2, 3. And then they attack him after the match. Gets to look strong, I guess. And then they have a backstage promo, so basically it sets up a match next week. I think Chad Gable and Akira Tozawa or whoever versus Viking Raiders. So yeah, there's that. Rhea Ripley segment with Becky Lynch. So, I mean, if I had to choose one for the Royal Rumble, I'm going with Bayley. If we somehow still make our way to Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley, Rhea should go through Becky and remain dominant. We really don't need another Becky Lynch title reign. I think it's either going to be Bayley or Liv Morgan that win the Rumble. I think we're still going to get Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley at some point because they're already kind of teasing, hinting at it. They already hinted at it. They've threw some hints here and there that's going to happen, so I think it's going to happen. And I think Rhea will just beat Becky Lynch. mean, I don't get the hate for Becky Lynch. I just don't think she won the belt. Rhea Ripley will probably still hold it. So we'll see. What happened next? The Miz and R-Truth versus Priest and Balor. Priest and Balor win after the South to Heaven, and then the pin from Finn Balor. It was kind of funny with R-Truth, dropping the money, handing it to Priest and Balor. It's kind of funny. And to Dominic. And the Miz, or the R-Truth thinking he's with the Judgment Day when he's teaming with the Miz. It's been probably the funniest thing on Raw. And yeah, Priest and Balor got the win in a pretty good match, in a solid match. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark versus Natalya and Tegan Nox. Who gives a shit? Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark win. Crowd was dead. No reaction. Bandale face. Then our main event of the evening for the World Heavyweight Championship: Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal. Or before I mention that, there's lots of work to do with the women's tag division. Literally no heat. All they have is the Kabuki Warriors, really. Let's get to the main event. Man, they damn near gave me a fucking heart attack with the Colossus near fall. Like I about had a heart attack. I was like, no, I was about to fucking yell. I did not want to see Jinder Mahal win the fucking belt. I was about to shit myself, fucking near fall. Yeah, goodbye, Jinder. There goes your chance at a world title. I thought Drew was going to cash in. I thought a Priest was going to cash in, but Drew interrupted them because they're facing off next week. They brawled. So, but that's exactly how I wanted the match to go. Have Seth kick out of a Colossus at like 2.9 seconds and have him retain. But my heart, I actually thought he was going to fucking win. But thank God Seth didn't lose the title just for the sake of him having a match at the Rumble. He doesn't need a match at the pay-per-view at this point. Just have CM Punk win the Rumble, possibly, and then set that up. But the Seth Rollins matches lately, they have him get hurt. Priest nearly cashes in. You get the biggest near fall you've ever seen in your life, but he still pulls out the win. I'm just glad fucking Jinder Mahal didn't win. I would have fucking ranted. But yeah, I thought it was just all hype. WWE failed to deliver, what should I say? They failed to deliver with the Seth Rollins, Jinder Mahal hype, but I feel like the social media drama made that a bigger match than it should have been. But yeah, I'll give the show a 6 out of 10. It wasn't too good. Raw's been kind of mid the last 2 weeks, but yeah, we'll see what happens, going to the pay-per-view. Next Monday's the last Monday Night Raw before the pay-per-view, before Royal Rumble. So I'm really looking forward to Royal Rumble. So yeah, that's really all I have to say for this Raw review. So until next time, I'm out. Peace.